There are a couple of simple checks that should be carried out before using any extinguisher. Most extinguishers, with the exception of carbon dioxide extinguishers, have a gauge, and this should be checked to see if the extinguisher is fully charged. And before approaching the fire, you should remove the safety pin and test the operation to check the discharge range of the extinguisher. The water extinguisher is only suitable for use on Class A fires, that is, fires that involve ordinary combustibles such as wood, paper, fabric and plastic. The water stream should be directed at the base of the flames, working from side to side. As the flames diminish, you should change the stream to a spray by placing your finger over the nozzle. A spray is more effective in reducing the temperature of embers. When you have controlled the fire, separate the pieces and dampen down the hot spots to ensure that the fire is completely out. The foam extinguisher is suitable for use on two different classes of fires. Both A-class, that is fires involving ordinary combustibles, and B-class fires. B-class fires are fires involving flammable liquids. The most common use of foam extinguishers is with flammable liquids, so let's look at how foam is applied to flammable liquid fires. First, if we have a contained liquid fire, as we can see here, the foam stream should be directed against the side wall and a blanket of foam allowed to spread out over the surface of the liquid. If this is not practical, the foam can be applied gently to the surface of the liquid and allowed to form a blanket. If the blanket is disturbed, momentarily direct the stream away and allow the blanket to reform. If in the event that the flammable liquid is uncontained, the stream of foam should be directed above the area and the foam allowed to drop on the surface. Foam can also be used on spills of flammable liquids to prevent fires. The foam stops ignition by preventing the release of vapors. It is also important to note that the foam extinguisher has a number of air holes located on the nozzle to facilitate operation. These should not be obstructed during use, as the expansion and the effectiveness of the foam will be diminished. A carbon dioxide extinguisher is especially suitable for use on fires involving a live electrical source, that is, Class E fires, but can also be used on Class A, B, and C fires. When using a carbon dioxide extinguisher on an electrical fire, you should direct the carbon dioxide discharge at the source of the flames. Also, whenever it is safe to do so, you should turn off the power to the equipment involved or the fire may reignite. The horn of the carbon dioxide extinguisher also requires special attention. It can cause freeze burns if touched during or after use. A powder extinguisher is often suitable for use on Class A, B, and C type fires, and also for use on fires involving a live electrical source, or Class E fires. Some powder extinguishers are not suitable for fires involving ordinary combustibles or Class A fires. Remember to check the pictographs on the label. The basic technique for use of this extinguisher is to aim the discharge at the base of the fire, sweeping back and forth slowly at first, and then increasing the speed of the sweep as you move in on the fire. When applying the agent to a Class B flammable liquid fire, care should be taken to avoid splashing the flaming liquid out of the initial fire area. Also, you should be aware of the possibility of reflash if the fire is not completely extinguished. When using a powder extinguisher on a Class A fire, that is a fire involving ordinary combustibles, you'll need to break up the fire after you control it and coat the hot spots. Dry chemical agents don't cool the fire. They work by coating the combustible materials and forming a residue which smothers the fire. Powder extinguishers are quite effective for use on electrical fires, but because of the mess they create, they are not ideal for use on equipment that contains electronic components because of the collateral damage that may occur. More suitable for fires in clean rooms, computer rooms, laboratories, and similar areas are CO2 extinguishers